Being an actor isn't easy, or it certainly hasn't been for me. But though there have been these incredibly tough times and a lot of genuine tears along the way, it's also been a source of just incredible joy and fun, and it's been really one of the great loves of my life. I'm so grateful to acting and to performance and all the incredible memories that it's given me and all that it's given me. So it's been a real blessing in my life as well. And I wanted to do a video that's kind of a bit of a love letter to acting. It's kind of for you if you feel maybe you've drifted away from acting or you've lost kind of what it was that made you enjoy this in the first place. And I just wanted to share a couple of things that I think will be really, really helpful to maybe guide you back on the path. I think the first thing to remember is that acting is fun. We have to remember that. That's why we got into this in the first place. We get to play dress up. We get to explore these incredible characters and tell these incredible stories and to find that enjoyment. And it amazes me that we lose that. And I've lost that at times. It's fun. It's awesome. And we have to come back to that. And I think that's the first thing, if you've drifted away, is what is it that brings that joy and brings that fun back into performance and back into your acting work? I think the best way to do that is to go back to those early memories. For me, it's very, very clear when I first began acting, I think the thrill of making people laugh. I love that. I can still vividly remember those moments, whether it was an improvisation in class or it was getting up in a school musical and making a whole auditorium laugh. And the thrill that that gave me has always stayed with me. The other thing for me is I always love great text. I've always been obsessed with Shakespeare, even before I understood a word of what was happening. And I was watching shows as a kid. I was very lucky as a kid. My parents and grandparents would take me to see Shakespeare shows and would go and see plays. And I love that language. And as I became an actor, to work on Shakespeare and to work on great poetic or classical text is something I've always enjoyed. So I'd encourage you to go back and think about what was it that drew you to acting, that made you fall in love with acting in the first place, and mine into that and find that again for yourself. And that might take some deep thought because you could be very far away from that early joy and love that you had, but it's a worthwhile exploration. And then once you find that, playing in that space, which leads me to my next point, which I think is arguably the most important thing that I'll say today, which is for me, all of the issues lie in outcome. It's when we're worried about not getting the agent or not booking the role or all these external things that quite quickly in our acting journeys we get obsessed about. Once we're in the industry, we just obsess over these things, and all the conversations with our friends are about these things. And it's really, really toxic and unhelpful to the work of being an actor. So I know it's a difficult thing to do, but I really, really encourage you to almost snip off outcome and separate it from your work. And the more I think about it, I know people love talking about goals and the importance of goals. I don't know if they have any value when it comes to being a professional actor. And some people go, "What are you saying, Andrew? What, have no goals, just have no plan?" You love it. You're going to keep doing it. You're going to go to auditions. You're going to want to get a better agent. You're going to want to get more opportunities because you want to do more of it. It's going to fall out nothing like you planned. It's going to be a mess, but I promise you, if you get really good at acting, if you're really passionate about it and you keep moving, things will happen and things will click into place, but it will never, ever follow the roadmap that you planned. I think the next big thing that can really pull people away from that love and joy of acting is comparison. And comparing ourselves and our own artistic journeys to other actors, typically those actors we're very close with, so our friends or actors that we've trained with, it can really become very toxic and it can make acting a very unhappy experience, or the lifestyle of being an actor very, very difficult. And that jealousy, it's really, as I mentioned Shakespeare early on, it's a theme in a lot of Shakespeare plays because it is poison. It is absolute poison. One of the things that's so interesting to me after you've kind of been in the game for a while, what starts out as this really competitive energy, some of the actors that I was most competitive with, that I was most bitter about their success, and I thought, how are you having this success when we're equals and I could do that as well, and all those thoughts that we come up with as actors. Many of those actors aren't even actors anymore. And when that happened, one particular person who I was very, very competitive with, who I thought, I'm going to be spending my whole life trying to catch you. And then they just gave up acting. And I just went, what a silly thought that I have clung onto and has been toxic for me and unhelpful for me, really for the duration of my acting career so far, because of this jealousy or this desire to outdo someone that just doesn't even do it anymore. The idea of competing with single people who are all so different from you, we're all so individual when it comes to acting and performance and casting type and all those things, it's a waste of time. You're the only one it's affecting. It's not affecting the person that's booked the job and telling you, and it's not helping your relationship. It's not helping anything. So again, another thing that's not easy to take on board, but I would work on that as a daily practice to be excited for other people's success. Such an important thing to be, to see it as a positive when someone else has great success, to see that you're rising together, that you get to be a part of that journey with them, that their success is your success. It really is just the only outlook that works in the long run. And I promise you, your peers will give you more opportunities than they'll take from you. The fact that you're having some friends or people around you that are having this success, it might feel very personal at the moment, but in the years to come, they will be your collaborators. You'll keep making content together. They might even recommend you for roles. It is only a positive that the people around you and the people that you know have success. They are not taking anything from you personally. I know it can feel very personal, but that is my view. We rise together. I really believe that. Speaking of other people and the effect that they have on your acting and your life as an actor, being surrounded by great people, great creative energy, great supportive friends, and a great community is everything. And that's another thing that I'd really encourage if you've found that you're starting to feel unhappy in your life as an actor. Look around you and what is your support network? I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have, whether they are fellow actors or just great humans in your life that lift you, that encourage you, that make you feel good about being an actor. I think it is imperative. And it doesn't mean these are friends that have to be willing to run lines with you at every minute. 2 a.m, they've got to be willing to get up and shoot a self-tape with you. That's fantastic if you've got those friends. But it's just about the energy and the support, I think. And you really do have to look at the communities around you. So both in the positive, can you bring more people into your life that support you and encourage you and make you feel good about being an actor? And then maybe looking at the people around you who, don't make you feel good about what you do. Finally, I want to share a thought that I think will bring a lot of what I've talked about today together. All the things, as I've spoken about, that lead us astray, that pull us away from that love of acting and performance and doing this amazing thing, are to do with things outside of being an actor and performing and doing the thing that we love. And so my final provocation is, don't ever let anyone stop you from doing the thing that you love. And don't feel you have to wait for other people to give you that opportunity. There are so many different ways now that we can be an actor and we can do the thing that we love. That could be as simple as working on a scene with a friend. When was the last time that you called up a friend and said, hey, can we just learn and film, or go to get a little studio and perform it, or just even do it in a park, whatever? When did you last work on a great scene? You can write short films and web series, and the ability to produce content on your own is so easy now. So there are so many opportunities out there for you to do the thing that you love that really requires no permission from anyone else. And yes, there might be an ego hit of going, oh yes, well, I'm not doing a, wildly successful Hollywood film, but you are still doing the thing that you love. And I think you'll find that if you play in that space where you're enjoying it for the sake of enjoying it, and you're working with other actors and maybe, let's write a play together, or let's put this on at a fringe festival or something like that, that energy has a real momentum to it. And you may very well find that when you start to build that momentum and find that joy again, that it will in turn lead to some career success and some of those opportunities that you have been seeking. But we should never do anything seeking those opportunities. The only momentum, the only things that we should be focusing on are the work itself, getting really good at the craft of acting, getting really good as performers, and enjoying it and enjoying collaborating with fellow artists. And if we can do that, our work and our enjoyment, it's just going to be Awesome. It's been a bit of a different video from me today, but I hope something in there has been helpful. If you are feeling inspired, if you're feeling like, yeah, I do love acting and I do want to make it or have a more positive relationship with my acting career moving forward, I really recommend checking out this little video. We basically made it with all these great things that you can do from home, some things that you can kind of do for you without waiting on anyone else. Some really helpful things for your development as an actor, but I think also some really fun things that you can work on. So I definitely would check out that video next. But thank you so much. It's been a blast, and I hope something in there has been helpful.